Good morning, dieharders. Who's ready to live free or die hard? This is Moonlight Kingdom, and this episode will primarily be focused on Ant-Man Quantumania, as I am joined by my guest right here, right now, on this first ever episode of Moonlight Kingdom. I wanted to talk. Oh, before we dive into Quantumania, there's a question that was asked the last time that we never got around to because like the signal crapped out. I wanted to ask,
yes.
as the most casual of casual viewers of the WWE and knowing of Logan Paul, I would ask you, would you say Logan Paul being in WWE and performing to a level that is above those who are active wrestlers on the WWE roster, even though he is a part-time guy, is helping or hurting the WWE? Like,
You could look at it from two perspectives. The first perspective would naturally be that, well, surely he's helping them, he's giving them publicity. He's bringing lights to a dull medium. Or, on the other hand, you can say that it's hurting the brand because it's essentially undermining WWE by contrasting Logan's moves, which are executed better, which in his case would, I guess, be executed realistically, like actually executed. No safety, no training, none of that stunt work shit. It could be misconstrued or properly construed. I don't know. Depends how you see it. Could be seen as him undermining them by showing just how fake and weak the acting is and the stunt work. You could also argue that. You could argue that he should just stick to his own thing, and not try to kind of assimilate other sporting mediums and, tries to dominate like his brother unsuccessfully so and whatnot.
yeah. Speaking of Jake Paul, do you think that one day, despite all that he said against Dana White and the UFC, that he could one day show up in the octagon?
Yeah, but it would take a big paycheck. You're looking at about at least 30 M's, at least, just to make a camera appearance. That's at least 30 M's.
Yeah.
Phil was getting like 150, so yeah, I think they can definitely manage to scrounge up a measly 30 for Logan.
Yeah, it's definitely would be interesting to see though. Yeah, so
Oh, indeed.
okay then. That's out of the way. The Paul business to one side. That answers that cliffhanger. Because I remember last time we spoke, that was literally the last thing we edited to. I even typed in the description of the episode, like, this episode ends on a cliffhanger. Just. Oh, shit.
It's crazy.
But yeah. Anyway, moving on. The first movie in the fifth phase of the MCU, Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yes.
Before we dive into it, what were your thoughts on the movie? Like, if you had to give it a rating, what would you give it?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be so honest right now, and I know I'm gonna get so much hate, and it's fine. I have thick skin, but that movie was a solid, crisp, absolute 4 out of 10.
4? Really?
It was brutal. It was so repetitive. It was so uninspired. It was so contained. It was unimaginative. So unrisque. Scared to take bold risks. It was so disappointing, and I thought that it would be so good because Peyton did say that it would be, or he at least tried to make the movie on the scale of an Avengers movie in obviously storytelling and scale. But oh my god, that was weak. And what a horrible misuse of the brilliant and the esteemed I might add William Jackson Harper and Bill Murray, but maybe a little bit less on him given his dubious history. But just frustrating, sad, and worrisome, extremely worrisome.
Yeah, from like my point of view, like the character William Jackson Harper played, the mind guy, I just feel like there wasn't much difference between him here and him on like The Good Place. You know, just
Like they wasted him, bro.
yeah. It was just so like, I mean, first of all, there's so many. This movie is so many. Personally, I solely on the presence of Jonathan Majors and what he brings with this version of Kang. Like, okay, I like the idea.
He's a good Kang.
Yeah, he's a really good Kang. I like the idea that each new appearance he has in the MCU is going to be different. It's going to be a different Kang. It's not going to be the same guy over the course of the films.
Yeah.
But that creates a problem because, okay, every time we see him and he portrays a good Kang, like, we can praise it all we want, but it's still going to suck because we know, like, oh, this one's definitely going to die at the end. So we can see the next one. So him having a really great performance, it's like,
I mean,
it sucks because we'll never see it again.
Do they have to do that? Because how do you know that this Kang died? How do we actually know that?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I mean,
getting
dude,
sucked into something is not really death. It's not really. Come on. When has getting sucked into something ever meant death?
a black hole. I mean, when a character gets sucked into a black hole, that's pretty much death. So.
Well, if you can't breathe in space, then. But if you don't need to breathe in the vacuum of space, you'll just be in another dimension. But getting sucked in, you just got sucked in, bro. Right now, he's on another side. He's still around.
They said he was dead. In the post credits,
dude. This is still the same.
Yeah.
This is still the same guy we were supposed to see in Kang Dynasty. Kang with the lines. This is main Kang, not Ramatuts, not like this is main guy, not Franklin or no. This is the Kang. So we have to stick with him. It's kind of like Vincent D'Onofrio in Hawkeye. Like, oh, is he dead? No, he's very much alive. We will see him. He's also very much alive, and we will see him.
No, but that was obvious.
I mean, obviously they didn't say Kingpin will return, but we know he's gonna return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is, with Kingpin, yeah.
Also very disappointed at the fact that I don't know, like there wasn't much more done stake-wise to give us something to hold on to and go fuck. Case in point, I really thought that Hope and Scott would be trapped there momentarily, of course, and they'd have to find alternative means to get somewhere, and that would maybe lead them somewhere else, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Very disappointed that they were out in 20 seconds of them being stuck in there. That was very like, just why? What was the point?
I thought that too, because when Hope went back to like stop Kang from getting out, and then the portal closed, I'm like, oh fuck, are they like trapped here now? Like,
and to save Scott as well. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Because that's like the most clear-cut form and example of love. She sacrificed her life in the real world to save Scott and prevent Kang from getting out. And she literally trapped herself in the process. Willingly. For Scott. And that's love. And I thought that there would be something with that. You know, maybe we time skip in another movie and they have a kid in the quantum realm. Whatever. You know, fuck it. Why not? You know, obviously Kang has some like leftover tech, so, you know, hey, fucking repurpose that. You're smart, right?
Yeah.
I assume that's where your daughter got her intelligence from, not the mother. So, fuck, man. Do something. Do something with Hope. He's also smart. Like, fuck. You know? It was frustrating.
Yeah. They immediately undercut that moment. But another frustrating moment I mean, not moment, but like a plot thread throughout the film was Hope's mom, like, refusing to tell them anything. Like, what the fuck? She got,
Yeah,
dude,
like it's blue balls.
the whole
And the
movie,
truth never
like,
even really comes out. Like, we
Jesus.
know the truth, but they don't even, like, truly cook.
The whole movie, even like right after they land, they're like, "Where are we? What's going on?" And she's just like, "Be quiet
Yeah.
and follow me." Like, there's no time to explain. Yes, there is. Like, nobody's chasing you. You're just walking
Dude.
through the fucking woods. You can explain now. Just, uh,
Yeah, it's
Jesus, dude.
very... Yeah, some of the writing and whatnot, yeah, falls flat. The character motivations and, like, do we even know if they fucked? Did they? Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did. They most definitely did.
Yeah,
I definitely think that they omitted a scene where it was like, oh yeah, they was definitely fucking. Like, they had a sexual relationship.
yeah. Her
And
and Bill
so
Murray.
what? Kai's been there for like 20 years. For real, bro. 20 years. Like,
There's
what the fuck's he been doing for 20 years, bro?
seriously, man, like, there's no way he could. You telling me, as smart as he is, as powerful as he is, there's no
Bro,
way he could get down there and get his core
bro,
back?
20 years, bro. That was a flashback, bro. Janet had less wrinkles and black hair or gray hair. I was like, my nigga, why is it taking you 20 years to get the fuck out of here? Can't you just fucking spend a week tinkering like Tony Stark and get the fuck out of it? Like,
Dude,
oh no, man,
his
that
whole
was
plan
very...
of escape relies on Scott being there and having his ability to shrink.
Dude,
Just,
like, bro, tell me that you can't get like a little robot, a little nano robot thingy to fly up there. Like, you're telling me you can do nothing? You're hopeless? You're hopeless? Are you being for real? Nah, man. That's wild.
yeah,
And
it's.
also, how does that engine becoming like supersized make it like a galaxy? Is there a galaxy inside? Is that what makes it a battery? And it's basically a universe? Or like I don't know. It's a star system, like, fuck.
With like creating
You
all
know?
the different possibilities of like Scott, and it just. Uh,
Bro, it's like I think it's literally like a miniaturized universe. Because why the fuck is it got stars and, everything swirling when it's like big?
It's like the
It just
size of a
doesn't make any
baseball,
sense.
man. I mean, in its normal state, it's roughly the size of a baseball. You're telling me within all that, there's this shit? Just,
I mean, look, it, okay, given that it's comics universe, I'm not mad at that. What I'm mad at is why he couldn't put it back together himself. Or what he needed pin particles. That was the problem, ne? He needed pin particles, essentially. Because how is he gonna shrink it?
it
Come
just,
on, bro.
dude, it asks the question.
Man.
So, what was his plan if Scott and them didn't send signals down the Quadrant? Was he just gonna stay there? Like,
And what if Scott didn't have any pin particles? Or what if, like, I don't get it. Like, what was his plan?
yeah,
Has he
it's.
just been waiting 20 years for anyone with pin particles? Does he even know what pin particles are? Because the only reason why he's asking for Scott's help is because Scott has them and Scott can shrink his engine. How the fuck does he know what pin particles are?
I mean, he was down there with dude's wife, so Like,
yeah, I mean, she didn't have any, and not unless it's from one of his past lives, oh, I've killed you before, head ass,
yeah.
oh, because maybe he's killed them, so he's familiar with Ant-Man's powers.
But
Okay.
except that doesn't make sense, because when he saw him, he was like, "You're not the one with the hammer." Like, he didn't, like, he had no clue who the fuck this
didn't
dude was.
recognize him.
Yeah.
Bro, like, you can clearly see that's not Thor at all. He's not even the same height, not even the same, like, nothing is similar. Or maybe it was like a bad joke. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Also, for a being this powerful, like, in the trailer, that scene where he flies down to the ground and he, like, lets out this massive energy blast, it looks like, oh fuck, Kang is here. Like, he's gonna annihilate everything. But in the movie, he comes down, he lets out that blast, and it takes out, like, one row of people each.
Yeah.
It doesn't immediately
like
wipe the
guys.
field. Like, dude.
Like, it's not even explosive. Like, I would assume, like, a Mark 85, like, repulsor does more damage than those fucking beam thingies. Like, what the hell is that? And he's screaming for his life. Yeah, he's firing there, but, like, bro, nothing is happening. Like, you're
not under threat,
I don't
dude.
know.
This is nothing. Just why and
exactly.
why is he down on the ground? Like, dude, fly over this shit.
This man thinks that he's like, I don't know. He thinks he's fucking Thanos or something. I don't even know.
Jesus, man. Thing is, also, this doesn't make Thanos is smarter than this dude, because Thanos had an army and he had gunships and shit, and he used all that. Kang is down there by himself. Where's his army? Where did his army go? Where'd all those ships go? Just,
bro.
Oh shit, man. But still, though, the idea that he even says in the film, I've crushed. It's like, you think this is anything? I've crushed rebellions before. Then why aren't you, man? Why is this taking so long? What?
Yeah. Like, are you telling me that you're that powerless without your chair, bro? How did you even make it in the first place without your chair? It makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, he's not even, like, super strong. I mean, I get it. He's human, obviously. But, even with that suit on, he's just a guy, He's just having a regular punch-out with, Ant-Man. Good old fisticuffs. Good old average human strength fisticuffs.
I mean, he did.
Or maybe strong guy fisticuffs.
Yeah. Like, let's say super soldier levels, because he broke that helmet. He did crush the shit out of that helmet.
But, like, his punches were just, like, bloodying up Ant-Man. Like, he was still alive. Like, he wasn't even knocked out and cast nothing. I feel like if any person with the right wrapping around his hand can punch the glass of a car window, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just need the right protection. It doesn't take a lot of effort. And I think, like, the same obviously goes towards the helmet, especially since he's also kicking it in and using his leg strength, because obviously leg strength is monumentally superior than arm strength. It's like, what, like 5 times roundabout? Yeah. So it's like, okay, he's breaking his helmet, but then that's like normal, man. Like a crackhead who's getting recorded on TikTok can do that, you know what I mean? Or like a very angry patron. So
yeah.
I don't really deem it as like amazing. I just didn't feel that sense of power that we were promised. Like, yes, phenomenal portrayal, but he lacked, like, the power, man. Just like the devastating power. Like, even without his chair, he is still devastating. Yeah. But nah, he was on the ropes. He was on the ropes. What do you mean on the ropes? What the hell? This is Kang. Yeah, he's definitely slightly, not even slightly, but he's definitely weaker.
Dude.
Like, just looking at him compared to his, what is it? Is it Avengers or his Mightiest Heroes? I'm not sure which Avengers series it was, but it was the episode where he showed up and he just takes the Avengers to the future, and he's like, "Look what you do by,
Oh yeah. It was
Captain America."
It was on
Brilliant
Disney.
episode.
Yeah, that show on Disney. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
Brilliant episode. That Kang is Kang. That is Kie. That is like the number one G. The guy we had in that movie, well, it was bang. It was not Kang. It was bang, bro.
Yeah, the Chinese knockoff. Just a phone call.
Exactly.
Oh shit. But dude.
Bang. Yeah, no.
There was also it's clear that he has powers. You know, it is clear that dude can like shoot energy beams and manipulate like matter when he's like, you know, like the Star Wars using the Force to lift objects. He's like,
when he's holding Scott's daughter.
So I'm questioning, why doesn't he just do that? If you have the power to like lift someone up into the air without touching them, why are you engaging in fisticuffs? Just
bro, if you can use the Force, fucking throw a rocket there, throw a moon, throw an asteroid, like throw something.
Yeah.
You know, don't just stand there and try and engage in fisticuffs. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean fisticuffs? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
It's egotistical, in my opinion. Very egotistical.
There was something like that in Batman Brave and the Bold when Darkseid came to Earth and he invaded, and like Batman called him out for a fight, and he was like, well, it's been a while since I've had to like physically, like since he's physically been in a fight, so it's like, okay, like he'll indulge him. And you know, Batman doesn't outmuscle the dude, but he's able to like outmaneuver him, and ultimately that's what leads to his downfall. So just
and he was like, "You're trying to bait me in there," and he's like, "Fine, I'll bite." I haven't been in a fight in a while anyway, and he still gets
dude.
Bumped. Like, how are you gonna go in with the notion knowing that, oh, okay, I know you're playing me, but it's fine, and you still get fucked up? What are you talking about, man?
Oh Jesus, man! That was, I think in that moment they tried to make Batman. They wanted to show like, hey, Batman is so bad that he can outfight Darkseid, but the downside is it makes Darkseid look dumb. Like,
exactly. Like, oh, okay, Batman's reaction speed is second to none. His martial arts skilled are formidable across the multiverse. Whatever. So that makes him easily able to, do a little 1-2 combo on Darkseid, push him back with his body weight, mind you, his solidity, right? Push him back, make him stumble, make him, go for his bearings and whatnot, and still be fine and still be ready to like run up on him again. That's not even superhuman. That is God.
Yeah.
What do you mean
fucking Superman struggles with Darkseid. Superman.
Bro,
like,
you're out here delivering kicks like you're kicking a fucking lackey. Like, come on,
dude. Just thing is, not only does it make Darkseid look dumb, but it actually kind of makes Superman look weak because he goes toe to toe with Darkseid, and he just barely makes it at times. But Batman does it.
Bro.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Batman has like the most insane plot armor because it's always evolving. It's always becoming something different. They're always adding the fact that, oh, okay, now can pretend to die. Or, actually, how's about this? He can die, but he can bring himself back from the dead because he knows death. Because death owes a favor to Constantine, and Constantine told Batman that if he ever dies, just to contact death and let him know what's happening. Like, that's the kind of plot armor that Batman has. It's insane. It's insane. Like, he knows death. Or another time, he plummets down to Earth, and he's fine. You know, something about is combusting, oxygen level low. Nigga, you should be fried.
Yeah, re-entering the atmosphere, dude, that's hot. That's an immeasurable level of heat, dude. Like,
my guy, the ceramic on spaceships comes back orange red from space missions. So you're gonna tell me you in your fucking homemade little suit there, you're surviving, landing in the fucking Swiss Alps in a fucking side of a mountain. You're coming out to like dusting yourself off, then putting on your bat, your bat fur and your goggles, and just walking away like a badass. Fuck you. And you're a man. Fuck you. Nah, bro. Fuck you. That's crazy. You're ridiculous. Like, come on.
I could somewhat buy that when, like, Superman does it, because he's Superman. Like, say,
dude,
like,
Superman, even the Flash, I would buy it, because maybe he can fall better, just because he's fast.
Yeah.
But Batman,
he's just a guy, man. He's just a guy.
You're a guy, bro. But Batman's feats, they've kind of been off for like the past, let's say 20, 35 years.
Really?
He's been off. This guy, he's stated to be able to lift, 800 to 1,000 pounds. He's out here with like a 0.2 reaction time. He's out here with like a fucking 60-inch vertical leap. He's out here throwing people over his shoulder who weigh like 3 times more than him. He's fucking denting walls with his fists. Like, he's doing crazy things as a guy, as a GUI, not a SUP or SOLDIER, as a guy. So, hey, man, Batman's stats, I feel like DC don't know what a super soldier is, and I feel like they need to update it.
Yeah. What, you want them to give him a serum to be like, this explains
no,
how
not a
he's
serum,
so...
but like, I don't know, man. DC is mystical. It's not a regular world. Maybe he trained so hard, he unlocked his limiter. It's bullshit. It's literally...
Man, that's some Dragon Ball shit, man. Just, that's straight up Dragon Balls. Just...
No, it's One Punch Man, but like...
shit.
Why can't Batman pull a Saitama? Why can't he? There's magic, there's goblins and demons and fairies and witches. Why? Why can't it be magic and healing demons? Think about it.
I mean, he's done demons before, dude. I mean, he knows Constantine. Of course he's battled demons before, so... Yeah.
What is the difference between the One Punch Man universe and DC? They're heroes. They fight crime.
Yeah. The gods are real, so... That's another thing, dude. In the MCU, the gods are real, like Thor and whatever, and we don't really see action. I can get that. Weird shit happens on the reg. But in DC, fucking Zeus and Ares and all those motherfuckers are real. Not just real, but they're interacting with the world. And they go toe-to-toe with the likes of Wonder Woman.
Weird, right?
No one gives a shit. Nobody has anything to say.
No one cares.
Like, fuck, man.
Zeus is played by that bodybuilder guy.
Yeah, that was...
He's only acted a couple times, and mostly it's a Zeus or some tough guy.
Yeah. I remember he was in this one movie. Wasn't he Hercules? No. Wait. Wasn't Hercules. It was... He was Samson in this one movie. He was Samson. Yeah. That guy just gets cast as the buff guy who can, like, fuck shit up. That's his typecast at this point.
What a crazy thing to be known for. Oh yeah, no, buff guy.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, buff guy.
Yeah. There's not a lot of acting involved. I mean, Sam, he didn't have a single line of dialogue in that movie. So, I mean, can you really call it acting?
And I feel like Gunn could repurpose him well.
Really? into
But
the
also,
new.
man, the English. You know, the thing is, you might look good, bro. But you need to sound good too. You need to sound good. You can't just look good. You need to act good. You need to have great acting skills. And I feel like if you're just taking a bodybuilder from Brazil who does some like physical roles,
Yeah.
it's asking for a bad time.
I mean, it looks good in that montage where they're fighting back Darkseid. That's the problem. It looks good.
But now,
Yeah.
imagine him conversating with Diana.
That would be rough, dude.
That
Because
would be rough.
Gal Gadot, Gal Gadot can
that would be
act. So, yeah. Who knows, man? She could like carry him through the performance. I mean, it's been done before. Like seasoned actors help rookies all the time.
It has. Yeah. I just feel like he's very much in a situation now where he's kind of getting typecast.
Yeah.
You know? He's just this big guy. That's all he's known for being. A big guy. A guy like, oh, we need a guy with thighs. Let's get this motherfucker.
Hey, dog. It's way better than the guy who looks just like Tupac. He can only ever be Tupac in his fucking movies. Nobody's ever gonna cast him to play anyone else. Dude.
Okay, you know what though? I can imagine him if he was a nose piercing or not. I can imagine him as like a junior hard-headed detective in a New York-centered Chicago corrupt buddy cop movie kind of thing.
Dude.
Like a Lethal Weapon, but a much more serious kind of, you know.
Dude.
I can picture him like that.
Dude, you literally just described the last movie Tupac ever did, dog. He was this cop in this movie with James Belushi.
Really?
It's legit. You just described Tupac's movie.
Oh, that's so crazy. Yeah, and I was gonna say the detective should be played by like either
dude.
Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey, or I'll take Adam Sandler.
What? Adam Sandler.
Think about it. Really think about it, Adam.
Man.
Adam Sandler corrupt cop. Think about it, bro. Think about it.
Nah, dude. Nobody's gonna take that shit seriously, man. Like Adam Sandler out here taking bribes and shit. Come on, man.
Bro, think about it, man. He's the sad man. He's the sad man.
Oh, damn. Hey, man, it would be goofy as hell, but I can see it, though. Just...
Maybe you'll enjoy an iced tea more.
Jesus, bro. That macabre shit, but yeah. Hey, the Sandman.
Iced tea.
Shit. Oh, man, but there's, Wait, speaking of weird comedians in pretty serious roles, there's this movie that Martin Lawrence was in. It's this horror movie where he's this homicide detective and he's tracking a copycat serial killer, and he has to like talk with the original killer that he put in jail all these years ago, and like find out if like he's got an apprentice and shit. And I'm just looking at this trailer. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is weird. He feels like he doesn't belong in this movie. Not knocking his performance or anything. It's just this is a it's a straight up horror movie, and you got all this shit going on, and in the middle of it there's Martin Lawrence. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
Why are you here? He stands out.
He should not be in this movie.
Yeah, dude, like he's the one guy in the whole movie who sticks out. It's like, what the hell? Why are you? But like your mind cage. Yeah, it's called mind cage. I'm just seeing him there, and I'm like, is this a comedy? Like, are you like the wisecracking detective? But no, dude, no. He plays his role
Like,
like,
what are you going for?
yeah, like he's as straight laced as can be, dude. He's dead serious with this shit. Like, huh. Okay. Like this movie's got John Malkovich in it. Like he's the serial killer, so I'm like, so everyone else fits
Yeah.
this genre and fits this tone, and then there's Martin Lawrence. It's like, okay, maybe he's trying something new. Maybe he's trying to reshape his career, but like it's kind of late though. I mean,
Be a mid-50s badass.
eh,
Basically, the John. It's basically like the John Wickification or the Takenication.
yeah, but Liam
Choose your
Neeson. Liam Neeson was already established. I mean, he wasn't an action guy, but he was already an established actor by that point.
Yeah. So it's pretty much the takification.
Yeah. Dude, like take it with Taken movies, Liam Neeson effectively like took the torch from Steven Seagal.
I mean, like,
because
even Bobby Thingy has gone through it now. Bob Odenkirk.
yeah, that movie Nobody. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that was mostly.
They're all just taken.
I think that started with Better Call Saul, because, you know, before that all he did was comedy. Now he's doing more serious shit.
Yeah, no, what I mean by, like, you know, the takification or the Johnification is when an actor who does moderately lighthearted to average roles suddenly does an extremely badass role where they're just like this indestructible person. The Matrix, you know, excluded, it's like sci-fi. This is more like grounded in reality. This is a real, you know, tough guy, toughest guy in the world. No one can take him out.
Yeah.
You know,
Except for that last one though, Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah, he's gonna get revenge. It's, I don't know, what would you call it? Would you call it the Jason Bournification, the Ethan Huntification
Honestly,
of an actor's career?
if I had to give it a name,
It's more like Taken because
Yeah.
Neeson never had a serious role up until then. He was mostly like a grounded guy. You know, he did some comedies, he did some dramas.
I mean, he did
But
Star
I
Wars.
feel like him being a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Taken was like his real career shift moment where it's like, oh shit. Plus, you know, it helps that he's like 6'7".
Yeah. It wasn't like the same year his movie came out, it got like squashed at the box office by a superhero movie. Like, nah. His movie came out, it sat at the box office, and then it went. It's not really. There was never any prior beef. But yeah.
I feel like directors are very threatened by the success of the MCU. And obviously, as a result, it comes out as very, very arrogant and like when you're mpagamo, you know, like uyazitshela.
Yeah. There's something similar happened to this movie called Apollo 10 and a half. It's a rotoscoped movie. It was made by Richard Linklater, and it was amazing. I saw it on Netflix, and it's this amazing film. It's completely animated, every last frame. But when dude went to submit it for an Academy Award nomination in the animation category, they shot it down because they claimed that it's not a traditional animation. It's not actually like none of these people were drawn or animated by computer. This is just rotoscoping. It's just filming live action and putting an animated filter over it. So it technically doesn't qualify as animation, but at the same time, it doesn't qualify as a real life movie either because of the fact that it's animated. So
exactly, there's like a filter on it.
yeah, it's fucked, man. Like, dude, Like how you gonna say some shit like that, man? Like it's if you don't want to nominate the movie, just say that. Don't give this bullshit like, oh,
Yeah,
it's not animation, but at the same time, it's not a
because
movie. Just yeah,
where will we end if we reach a point where we're doing so many categories? And the best rotoscope movie is, and the best rotoscope animated movie. Like, you know,
yeah,
are we supposed to not have an award for the best traced movie? You know, this movie was traced. Oh, really? Oh, cool. Oh, this movie was rotoed. Oh, this movie is stop motion. So when will we? We can't keep making distinctions.
yeah. Like Guillermo del Toro had a similar thing with his Pinocchio. It came out like last year.
Hmm.
It was a stop motion thing, and there was like some trouble because thing is with it being stop motion there's no actual like animation to speak of. There's little dolls
Yeah.
being moved around and change settings and whatnot. So that same thing came up because like okay, technically it's not animation because nothing is animated, everything's there. But at the same time, it's not live action because they're dolls and shit. So it's like for fuck's sakes, man. You're right. Where does it end? Where does this end, man? How's dude how's anyone gonna get anywhere if there's these non-existent like rules in place, like these unwritten
You
rules you gotta
see where
follow?
it gets away with it, and it's fucked up. The only place where stop motion gets um an exemption is because it's in the word motion.
Yeah,
Even though it's not a piece of paper and a pen or ink or a cell, you're still making something move. Therefore, you're animating it. Because the word animation means to bring to life. It doesn't actually need to mean solely paper, solely cardboard or plastic or, you know,
yeah,
cellophane for the cells. It literally just means to make something that is not moving move. You're giving it life. You're instilling life in it. So that's where stop motion gets away with it because it's not traditional animation, but it is animation. So it tucks in that category in that way. When really it's just, it's stop motion.
yeah. It certainly helps, It will for your guys like your Tim Burtons, your Guillermo del Toros. They can get their stuff in that way. Dude, you should even, especially given all the work that goes into it. Holy shit! You see, like the time lapsed
You know?
videos and like whatnot. Like this stuff takes hours. Like, damn. Uh,
And it's crazy because in those hours you'll do like 3 scenes.
yeah.
3 scenes.
Shit. But also, while we're talking about Pinocchio, dude, we
It feels
had,
like 1,000 scenes in
dude,
total.
yeah. While we're on the subject of Pinocchio, there were three different Pinocchio movies that came out last year. Three.
Mm-hmm.
Three different Pinocchio
Mm-hmm.
movies that came out in the
The gay
same
one,
year.
Disney, and Guillermo's.
Uh,
The gay one with the weird accent, Guillermo's masterpiece, and Disney's flop.
I love that you just chalk it up as the gay one and nothing
Isn't
else.
it weird how he has an accent? I don't get that. What's the point?
Oh shit, dude.
Is it a bad voice actor? I think it's a bad voice actor. Because why would they hire him? He's like, Father, I don't want to go. Like, why are you speaking like that?
Oh,
Why?
dude. It's like he's like
I
a
mean, look,
dude.
if they mean to make him a gay wooden boy, do that. But to just have a voice like that randomly with no explanation is so jarring.
I don't know, dude.
Like his inflection, like I don't even know what they were thinking. The whole movie is like a fever dream. I watched it last year when I was like high. Actually, a bunch of us on high. And I was just like, what the fuck is this? This is so bad.
I saw that shit.
Yo,
Dude, I thought it was like one of them low budget, like straight DVD joints, man. I didn't.
yeah, it feels like you would play on like Lesotho TV, you know?
Dude.
Like, it's really bad. Like, it was made by a studio in Botswana, you know? Like, it's really bad. Like, what the fuck have we seen? Yo,
But
hey.
nope. A proper US studio put this together and sent it out into the world. Like,
I feel like it was a tax write-off. I don't even know. Because, I don't know.
it just
I
feels.
feel like they had money that they had to spend or not spend, but then the tax write-off will make it be like, okay, this movie cost 80 million to make, but it actually cost them 12, and they keep the rest. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
you know,
No, you
it's
can.
like buying expensive art pieces for rich people.
Yeah.
It's a studio buying an expensive art piece.
It's definitely a write-off,
so
dude.
weird.
This whole movie just feels cheap, man. Like
nothing is quality. The motion isn't quality. Like the actual CGI, like there's no specular highlighting, no.
And Pinocchio is just a guy, dude. He's just a guy who's been painted to look like a doll. That model is just a regular guy,
Smooth,
dude.
They're all smooth, bro. It's so weird. Like, okay, you want to be a real boy. You look like a grade 6 pupil who's painted in wood makeup. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You're smooth. You don't have hinges. You're just a smooth guy with corners. Why the fuck do you have corners? Yeah, it's so weird.
Oh shit, the weirdest of it all.
Yeah.
But on the upside, dude, it did give us a laugh. Like we'll give it. I gotta give it that much. It did give me a laugh watching that shit. Just oh damn. But yeah, this is what a time we live. Oh, there's yeah. You're saying?
I was saying it's even like the unnecessary changes that get it for me. Because firstly, why the fuck's he wearing blue? Why the fuck is his hair blonde? Why does he look like a Twinkified Tom Holland? Like, what is anything? Like, okay, you got blonde eyes. You always had you always had blue eyes. But why the fuck are you blonde and you're out here with like perfect eyebrows and like a slanting V-neck fucking crew jersey? Like, bro, what is going on? Who are you meeting in the park? Jesus.
What the heck?
He looks like a twink Tom Holland.
What the fuck?
Weird. So weird. He looks like that kid that other guy, that Geordie had that affair with.
Oh no, dude! What the hell? Nah,
he looks like that kid.
Nah, man, what the hell? I know what you're talking about. The Lego dude, the Lego club. What the?
Yeah.
Man, that's fucked up.
Just
How
Google
you?
Picture. Say Pinocchio with blonde hair, and then you'll see.
Oh man, that's fucked up, man. Man, how you gonna throw a dude under the bus like that?
And it looks like him so bad, like that. That's the crazy part. It just looks like him. In fact, it looks like him in that movie, that tsunami movie, but it just looks like Tom Holland.
Oh yeah.
In general.
I remember seeing that. We saw that in what was it? English? I remember. Yeah. We saw that in English.
Before we even knew him.
Before we even knew who Tom Holland was, man. It was just
He's just a kid. He's just a character. So weird.
I remember when they cast him. Like I remember, like you showed me it had boiled down to two names, because there was this whole like casting
and him.
Yeah, and then you told me like, oh yeah, they cast Tom Holland. Like right after, I was like, man, who the fuck is Tom Holland? Just.
I remember I laughed and I was like, I don't know too, but it's a guy named Tom Holland. And then I googled it and I was like, oh, he was in that movie.
I'm not saying.
And that's the only thing we know him from.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's that annoying kid, that younger brother. piece of shit, you know?
Like, oh well, this is gonna suck. Just
Yeah.
oh.
And I remember because everyone was like, man, you got Drake Bell, you know, you got Asa, you got who's that really ugly kid from Stranger Things? You know, you also had him being thrown around. I was like, bro, what the hell are you talking about?
At one point,
Yo, there were so many options.
what's his name?
Even a Jonas brother as well.
Who's that guy?
I think it's Joe.
It's that fucking guy, man. He was in Dune. What's his fucking name? I can't remember his name anymore. He was in Dune.
Oh, Timothy.
Yes, he was one of the fucking names up there. I'm not saying it would have worked. I'm just saying.
And Timothy is old, so he definitely would have been of age.
Yeah.
I think he's like 29. I think he's fucking old. That's so weird, man. Isn't that weird? Like, he's so old.
But he looks like 18, so.
You know, what the fuck do you mean he's in his late 20s?
Dude.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, but this is. Oh man, I remember like the bus ride back. I remember we were just sitting there talking about this shit, because like it was before the bus had arrived. Before the bus had arrived, that was when we were talking about like, man, who the fuck is Tom Holland? And we were just sitting there.
It was like, why?
Why this random dude?
Why?
Like,
yeah,
everyone up until now has been known. Like, Andrew Garfield did some stuff before this, so yeah.
You know, Toby was out here long before.
Yeah.
So who the fuck is this nigga? And even worse, because like he is Spider-Man. And then about a week later, we saw a first look at Tom Holland's workout pics, and he had the Ultimate Spider-Man haircut, and we lost our minds. And I was like, man, I take it back. This nigga's eye.
Yeah, dude, I like held on to that.
Low-key broke the internet,
Yeah, I remember I was okay seeing those photos. I'm like, okay, this might work. But then I saw his Civil War costume, and I was like, what the fuck is this? What is? I remember I was watching it with Chili. We saw the Civil War trailer, and we both said the same thing. We were like, dude, that's a pajama, man. Like.
Yeah, it's too tight and too flat.
Yeah, shit. Look like a big old pajama, man. Like, what the... It looked like those Spider-Man costumes you get for Halloween. Just... I understand most of those...
Peculiar.
Yeah, most of those scenes were CG, so they looked funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I can understand that. But when he was just standing there and it was actually him, it still looked jacked up, so...
Yeah, it still looked janky.
Yeah. But the one thing that got me more than anything, the eyes. Because we were coming off Deadpool, and his eyes moved, and and when we saw
the retractable eyes.
Yeah, we saw the retractable eyes, we were like, oh fuck, they're just copying Deadpool. They could have his eyes move and shit. Like, this is stupid. Like,
yeah, until we realized it was like nanotech, I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, like now it
like,
makes sense.
How the fuck are his eyes moving?
Yeah, that just...
I was very confused. I was like...
Because in the cartoon, it makes sense. It's a cartoon. Of course his eyes move to show emotions and shit. But in live action, it was like, what the fuck is this?
I was like, you're not gonna magic this shit. You know, because Deadpool is literally magic at this point. Because how does it move? We don't know. It's magic. It doesn't matter. It's Deadpool.
Yeah. But fucking... Oh, dude. I did not feel Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the lead up to Civil War. It wasn't until I saw it that I was like, oh damn. Like he's actually really good. He's cracking jokes and shit. He's more Spider-Man than the last two guys. Just
exactly. I was like, alright, cool, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you got your quips, you got your tricks. You know, I mean, yeah, you know, everything is swing, but you know, it's not a train smash.
Yeah. Oh shit. But yeah, it's definitely it was a time. Certainly, man. Speaking of, on the subject of things that are forgettable, not really, but like back to Ant-Man Quantumania. Would you say the movie is forgettable, or is it gonna stick with you for a while?
I will not lie. There are a few things I can remember in the movie.
Yeah. You remember? I remember.
Because I've kind of forgotten it.
Mm.
So I'm definitely yeah, like I remember. Like maybe like 86% of the movie I remember. Actually, no, I'm lying. Make it like 76%. Like there's a mid part, and it's crazy because I've never even like fallen asleep. It just didn't register. I think where I get lost is when the battle started and when the betrayal happened. I think that's when I get lost. But for the most part, M.O.D.O.K and
Dude,
weird face and he's
fucking
kind of cracking jokes.
fucking M.O.D.O.K, dude.
Yeah.
That guy's a fucking minion. He's just a big ass minion. Just oh god.
I really thought he would have a better angry face. Like it would be revealed, I thought, okay, it's fine. We have Darren Cross happy smiling emoji face. And then when he gets pissed off, he changes and has like this grotesque M.O.D.O.K face. Because M.O.D.O.K is grotesque. That's the point. But he's grotesque in a scary way. This M.O.D.O.K is not grotesque in a scary way. He's just grotesque in a grotesque way. So like, yeah, I definitely think they should have had like a change. Maybe it wasn't in the budget anymore, or maybe they didn't think of it because they're unimaginative. I do not know. But M.O.D.O.K definitely should have had like a really disgusting and scary angry face whenever he got pissed off. Maybe this movie would make him always pissed off and he'd have like this frown. He's always sporting his frown. I don't know. Something. Shit, my nigga. I'm trying to be creative.
Jesus, dude, this film, like this M.O.D.O.K, dude, people were laughing every time the helmet came up and the cinema I was in, people laughed. Till the very end, like every time the helmet came up, people laughed. This character was fucking ridiculous. Just that face. Just, god damn, man. And he was a bitch. It didn't help that he was a bitch. Like Kang made him look like a bitch. Like,
yeah, like you have no fighting skills. You have like a weird gun or something. You have like lasers and guns like Kang. But he also fucks you up if you get a line. How does he fuck you up if you're apparently a walking army or whatever you call just? So, what did he say? The ultimate killing machine? Yeah, because he is a mechanized a mechanized machine
designed only for killing. Yeah.
Whatever the whole acronym stands for, M.O.D.O.K. But for me, it's just like, then why is Kang disposing you so easily? Or do you just make it a point not to fight against him?
Jesus,
I don't know.
Dude, this movie, man, this is...
Because you're scared of him? Why are you scared of him? You've known him for like... How many years has known him for?
Since Ant-Man 1.
9 years?
So...
Yeah, like 2014. And does time work the same in the quantum realm?
No, apparently.
Why doesn't he age? So do all Kangs have like a weird anti-aging thing? Or are they essentially saying that I don't know. Either he stopped his aging completely, or he slowed his age temporarily, or he's just very good looking for his age. Which just makes no sense, because, in the world of the MCU, people age unless they have a super soldier serum. Like it's implicit, like it's literally, it's stated. People age, that's why we have flashbacks. So why does he not age in 30 years?
Yeah.
I don't don't get that.
Plus, time works differently down there. Like, Scott was in
But Janet
Endgame.
still aged a full 30 years up. That's the crazy thing. I
This,
remember I told you about this last year. I was like, I'm so fucking confused at the inconsistencies because how the fuck are you gonna tell me that in the specific area of the quantum realm where Scott was, which is the area that is not, encompassed by meteors or land deposits or whatever, in a completely void space in the quantum realm, right? That specific region of the quantum realm, which of course is bigger than Janet's quantum realm, or maybe it's smaller, maybe it's the same size. Who the fuck knows? I would presume it's bigger since this movie apparently clarified that you have to go really subatomic to reach Kang's area for some reason. Fine. So you're telling me that the place Scott was in Ant-Man and the Wasp at the end of the movie had different time properties than the rest of the quantum realm, where time apparently works the same way. Because Janet aged from age 30-something to age 60-something. She aged all those years, baby. All those years. So why the hell was Scott in the realm for 5 hours when he should have been there for an actual 5 years? Oh, time was different in the quantum realm. Okay, cool. That's cool, That's. But what about Janet?
mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. That's a cool story, bro. Works differently. Cool. Good explanation. Thank God for the rat. But what about Janet? So you have 3 inconsistencies. You have Scott's age in a 5-year time skip. You have Janet's full age, like she aged up completely, fully. And you have Kang's lack of age. So yeah, I don't get it.
It's
3 inconsistencies.
so many. I mean, that's what happens when like 3 different movies have different directors attached to them. You're gonna have those inconsistencies. So, but yeah, dude, we can't always sweep it up to that, dude. Just you gotta make it make sense somehow.
Yeah, the writing has to be cohesive. Like, look, case in point. If Scott was in the quantum for 5 hours, right? What the fuck was he doing for 5 hours? Huh? Just sitting there? Floating? Are you telling me if you cannot clock that open then can't get you out after 10 minutes when it should take like a single minute, something is definitely wrong. I would go get help. I would try investigate. I would try do something and not be a useless fuck for 5 whole hours. Because what does it mean? I was there for like 5 hours. Okay, but what did you do inside there? Where's the POV to what you did?
I mean, the first movie had it. The first movie showed that.
Because look.
Yeah.
Yes, he was trapped. That was literally like a minute and a half after entering, because it takes like a second to enter the quantum realm. He was collecting quantum residue for about a minute while having a casual conversation, and then when they gotta pull him out, they're not there anymore. Cool. If you think to yourself, Mr. Lang, you've been shouting for like 5 minutes now, and there's no reply. Something is wrong. Something is wrong, okay? They didn't go out to get fucking sandwiches. Something is wrong. So go fucking find help. Go find help. Go. Go just sit in the same place for 5 hours. I don't get that.
Why didn't he... It just raises the question, why didn't he do what he did last time? Why didn't he enlarge himself?
Why can't he leave it? Yeah, because, look, Janet clearly still had the suit, right? Janet went in the quantum realm with the suit. Had the suit. She had particles. Why couldn't she fucking upsize herself? Why?
Yeah.
Because Janet met Kang years after she was stuck. I would hypothesize like eight or so years, because flashback Janet in the original Ant-Man and sequel is very much Michelle Pfeiffer, Batman '89, late '80s Michelle Pfeiffer. It's very much Catwoman Michelle Pfeiffer. But the Michelle Pfeiffer we see with Kang is more like a mid-90s Michelle Pfeiffer. She's she's maybe like 49 or 50. Like she has some gray in her hair. She has some wrinkles. It's not like the actual Janet who left Hope. There's been a few years that have passed. So, like, how the hell do you, for like 10 years or less, keep the suit and have an existing Pym particle thingy and not use it on yourself?
That would be the...
You use it on the fucking engine thingy.
But not you.
Just like a decade after being trapped there, but you don't use it on yourself?
You think that would be the first thing she'd try? Like, try to grow out of the realm?
It's not even like the actual Pym particle. It's like a Pym derivative thingy, ne?
Yeah.
It's not like the actual red. It's like it looks like a Tide Pod, basically.
Yeah.
It's like a Tide Pod. Why don't you put that in your fucking regular like Scott did and grow, bitch? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, stuck. No, you weren't. You had the suit. You're stuck if you have no suit. But you had the suit. So, I don't understand. I don't get it. Makes no sense. Because clearly she used her suit and her abilities as a shield agent, I would assume. She clearly used them to freedom fight in her early years in the quantum realm. Clearly.
As well as help Kang fix his chair.
Yeah. So, obviously... And why the fuck can't those things get out of it? Or they're just like micro-humans. They can't do shit. They're useless.
That's another thing, man. Are they humans? Are they aliens? Are they germs? What the fuck are they? They look like people.
Obviously, Reed makes no effort to, like, alienize them. They're just a black guy and a white guy. But they're not human. I would assume they call themselves a different name because us as humans, we named ourselves, right? We named us. So if another species in another galaxy or universe, which is technically what the quantum realm is, if people in another universe looked like us existed, they would call themselves something different. You know, they might call themselves Glorbos or something, you know, but they evolved exactly like us. Like, they're like us. In every single way, Dick and all, Dick and Enos, right?
Sure,
but they call themselves something different.
You have one guy who can read minds, but, like, that's just one guy. Everyone else is just a guy.
Yeah. Plus, is he like a mutant? Is that like a mutation? Because he's just a guy, but he has powers, but he's just a guy?
Yeah.
Like, if a rock falls on you, you're gonna bleed to death, guy. You're gonna bleed to death.
The chick...
But he has, like, what did he say again? Because I remember they asked him how he does that. And he said something. I don't even know what he said. He was experimenting on, right? He was experimenting on?
I don't remember that much, dude. This, like you said, this movie's kind of forgettable. Just...
Yeah, like, I can't remember a lot. Because, you know, he was with the other guy.
Yeah.
Whose name I forgot. I don't even remember what that guy looks like. But he's with the other guy. And he's like, oh, yeah, I can read your mind. And he's like, how are you doing that? And he's like, oh, yeah, someone experimented on me. You say some weird bullshit sob story that doesn't even stick in my mind.
Yeah. And then
they carry on like that's an acceptable answer.
Yeah. Thing is, the editing in this movie is weird. Just...
It is.
There was the scene... there was this one scene where they got captured by the people and they were chanting in, like, the foreign language. When Scott, like, gets to their village and they cut to Cassie, her face is, like, red from the goop she drank. She yells at him, "Dad, drink the goop." And then it cuts to fucking, you know, Hope and her mom and dad. They meet Bill Murray. And then it cuts back and the O's are still chanting.
Like, wait, are they here? Are they here now? Yeah, like, it's so weird. Like, wait. Where'd they come from? Oh, fuck. It's the seed. But it doesn't help because every seed looks the fucking same because it's the fucking quantum realm. Doesn't make any sense.
Dude, just...
How weird is that, bro?
Also,
Yo,
these characters'
it's
actions,
actually annoying.
dude, everything is brown and orange and just, dude.
And then there's like a weird Avatar stingray for some reason. For some reason,
Yep. And they're like
I
flying
guess to
through
add
the.
some beauty to the movie.
I don't
Yo,
know, dude.
what a hopeless attempt.
I blame the volume. You know that volume they film in. You know, like where the whole space can be CGI'd in. It's like,
Yeah, the soundstage,
yeah. I mean,
green screen. Yeah,
they had it for Mandalorian, and you could barely tell. I mean, it worked there, but that doesn't mean it will work everywhere. Just Mandalorian was on a desert,
exactly.
flat Earth. There's nothing
Yeah,
to animate. Okay, sharp. It looks great. I'm not paying attention to it anyway. But in a universe, an entire pocket universe full of plants and beings and sources of light all over the
yeah.
place, you're
There
gonna,
needs to be a third dimensional perspective. We
yeah.
can't be seeing things in the background constantly. You're
Also,
right.
also, shit can't
Because
look
yeah,
blurry. Like there were scenes where the actors were right in the main focus and the background looked fuzzy. This isn't my eyes
that's the
doing
thing.
that.
Because
It's
it's a LED.
yeah.
Because the thing is, they need a big set in the foreground, but they can't build a big set because it costs too much money. It's not like Infinity War or Endgame where they actually build sets on Titan. The reason why those battles felt fully immersive is because they actually built fucking practical sets to link and marry the two shots, marry the physical shot with the digital shot. There's a reason why that's done. But for this movie, it's just fucking LEDs and green screen. Like, it's fucking stupid. And because of that, you lose the sense of connectivity. It doesn't feel connected or grounded to the world. It just feels like a filter on a really good smartphone app.
Yeah. Like or one of those apps where you can change the background of a photo you took. Like
Yeah.
you in that photo
No,
will look really good, but that background, I don't care what it is, it's gonna look fake.
like, remember that CGI app that I had on my iPad?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's just so, it looks cheap.
Mm.
And I think that's due to rewrites, changing what needs to happen and what needs to be seen, leaving less rendering time for final effects.
Yeah. It happened in Multiverse of Madness. Like Wanda was supposed to have this huge fight scene where she would kill a bunch of wizards.
Professor
They
X.
choreographed it,
Yeah.
and then it's not in the movie because like the script changed. So all the CGI and stuff they did and the previs they had to start over, and it came out looking not as
Yeah,
good.
scrapped and shit.
Even in Thor: Love and
Yeah.
Thunder, Jane's fucking becoming Thor, they had to scrap
Yeah,
that
it was
shit.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
It was a different storyboard.
Marvel has a problem, man. Things feel a lot
They
less
do.
planned out than before. Like, what is happening? Oh shit. But
I think the rushed phase of the fuck, who's this guy? Of the Chapek era is still leaving a dent. But now that Iger is back, I feel like we're slowing down and we're kind of getting back in the groove. Because they did say that they would make less MCU content moving forward, like per year.
yeah.
Because think about it, bro. 2021 was an oversaturation of shows.
TV
My God,
shows,
we had
movies.
someone counted. We had more content, right, this year, movies and TV shows, hours, right? We've had more content this year, last year, like in the past year, than the MCU did from 2008 till 2017.
Shit.
We have more hours of content collected in last year alone than 2010, or in this case 2008, 2017. How fucked up is that? We clocked 9 years worth of content in a year.
That's
I
two
was
whole
hard.
phases, dog. That's two whole ass.
That's how you know that
phases.
That's how you know that we went overboard.
Certainly, man. Speaking of, on the subject of things that are forgettable.
They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down, they wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt, they're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.